getting coaching clients online has changed. Here's what stopped working, and here's the one solution that I've found in order to fix it. So the bottom line is getting coaching clients online has absolutely changed for probably the last 6 months or so as of this recording, okay? What happened is in 2000, roughly 2000-ish, there was a huge boom of people coming into the coaching space. And because of that, when everybody's doing the same thing, things stop working. Okay, so when everybody's doing 5-day challenges stop working. When everybody's doing Facebook groups slowly stop working. When everybody's saying the same thing on the ads, it stops working. Does that make sense? And so as more and more coaches come in and they're saying the same thing, the 3 secrets to achieving your goals, the one easy way to achieve your goals. Everybody's got a webinar. Everybody's got this. Everybody's got the same thing. Everybody's using the same tools. What happens is the market, people in your market, their sophistication level goes up and they're like, I've seen all this 100 times. I don't believe it. And so they stop responding, response rates drop, and it makes it worse and worse and worse. So what do you do? Well, first of all, we have to understand strategically what happened. Well, what happened, obviously, everybody knows, is when the pandemic hit, it made everybody go online. And because of that, millions of people became coaches, okay? And that's great. That's awesome. Maybe you're one of them. You're just like, hey, I got this special skill. I think I can do better on my own than at my, career. Perfect. The only problem was millions of people thought the same thing at the exact same time. So millions of people got certifications. Millions of people started writing Amazon books. Millions of people got tools, webinar registration pages and funnels, and starting doing book funnels, and started running ads, and started doing podcasts and all of this stuff. And so everything got oversaturated, okay? It would be like if one day you owned a Subway, hypothetically like a Subway franchise, in this strip mall with, the usual, the dentist, the doctor, the lawyer, the dry cleaner, all that kind of stuff. And you're making a decent living and things going on. And then next day you wake up, all the units in the strip mall are Subways. How do you compete? You tell people like, hey, my chocolate chip cookies have more chocolate chips in them. My bread is baked fresher. It becomes now a game of driving to the bottom for pricing. And that's what a lot of coaches are resorting to, lowering their prices, offering more for less, bonusing things up, creating crazy guarantees just to get people in. So how do we fix this? Okay. Well, first of all, we have to understand 2 things changed, okay? One is on organic and one is on paid traffic, all right? So the first thing that changed on organic is it got harder. There's now a greater divide between the people who get results from their posting online and the people who don't, because here's what happened. 2 things happened to organic. When I say organic, I mean free traffic, like Facebook, posting on Facebook, posting in your Facebook group, on your news feed, stuff like that, Instagram, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, LinkedIn, just posting, okay? Posting content, valuable content. 2 things happen. The first thing that happened that is causing a lot of problems is you have a traffic jam of a ton of people now posting content. So the news feed can't get all that content into your ideal client's news feed. Like, it just can't, right? And so it has to prioritize, which created the second problem, which is the advancement of artificial intelligence. So what's happening now is you got to remember, if me and you are in the same coaching niche and you have 50,000 followers on whatever platform you've got, I have 200 or 1,000, I create the most amazing piece of content and I put it out to my followers. I mean, it's epic. It's the best. I should be charging $100 for it. I put it out to my followers. I get 6 likes, 2 shares, a couple comments. Okay? At the same time, you put yours out, you're going to be, just by the fact that you have so many more followers, you get 1,000 likes, you get 200 comments, hundreds of shares, Whose post is gonna get priority in the newsfeed? Yours, because you have all the social actions. And so both get posted at a similar time. One goes to way higher percentage of the followers, and the other just kind of goes to nobody. Okay? And so we're seeing that you're getting about a 1 to 2% reach per post. What does that mean? It means if you have 1,000 followers, it's going to get seen by 10 people. Okay, think about that. 1% of 1,000 is 10. So your post that you spent 3 days on and you have 1,000 followers wherever in your Facebook group or whatever it is, your LinkedIn connections, is going to be seen by about 10 people. That's depressing, because in order to kind of like make that better, you got to do 50 or 60 posts a day in order to get a rate of market penetration that you used to. So that's the first problem. Okay, remember I said there's 2 problems? Organic has created this divide that the people who have the biggest following are the ones whose stuff gets seen the most because the AI is favoring them because they have all the social actions. Facebook's artificial intelligence can't tell the difference between my amazing post and your average post. They're just looking at social actions going, well, this one must be way better than this one, so we'll push his out. Right? Now, the second issue is cheap leads on Facebook. There is no such thing, okay? A few years ago, 2020, 2021, it was actually quite cheap. Facebook was super cheap, it was super easy, and there wasn't much competition, okay? But when another 500,000 people show up in your market and are competing for the same person you are, it causes problems. Now, people will always say to me, oh, Jason, you don't understand. I'm a Harvard-educated Oxford scholar who has this amazing thing, and my stuff is so unique, and I've got 75 certifications and this, and I'm unique, and nobody's like me. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's great. I'm sure when you get a client, they're going to get the best coaching ever and get amazing results. That's not what we're here to dispute. The problem is this. Everybody else is trying to reach the same person you are. And so when there's a gazillion people trying to reach the same person you are, it means that a lot of that gets diluted, okay? So what's happening is the costs are going higher, organic's getting harder, and so when coaches are coming in, they're just like, what do I do? Here's the solution, okay? I'm going to explain to you how to fix this and what to do about it. Before I get to that, though, I need you to do something. First of all, I need you to hit hit the like button. Just let me know you like this video so far, okay? The second thing I need you to do is hit the subscribe button, because here's the thing. I got a lot of videos coming, and they're free, and they're all about what we're learning on Facebook as I've spent about $1 million a year on Facebook ads for my coaching business. And so we want to share all of our learnings with you, and the only way you're going to get these videos, that one of them you just never know might be the right one that really helps you, is if you click the subscribe link so you'll be notified when those videos come out, okay? Here's the solution. You need to understand Facebook's AI and have a high ticket funnel, okay? So let's talk about this thing here. So Facebook ads AI has changed for the better. It's never been easier, okay? Here's what I mean by that. Facebook now is so good. They know how to find your ideal client. And we're seeing our ad account get even simpler and simpler. You gotta remember, we spend a lot of money on ads, right? Like I said, we'll spend annually roughly $1 million, give or take, depending on how the months go and what do we do, and if there's holidays and stuff like that. Roughly $1 million. So if we're spending roughly $1 million, you would think it's a very complicated ad account. It's not, because Facebook's artificial intelligence is super smart. They can find your ideal clients better than you can. So the old days we used to use like interest groups and all these little targeting options. We have all these different campaigns to kind of force Facebook into the audience. Now Facebook's smarter and they know where your ideal clients are. So we write an ad that looks really good, and they can scan that ad. They can scan a registration page, minimal targeting, and they can find the people. If it's done right, we're finding incredibly well, and then they can dial in and get those people to book calls. It's been amazing to see. Okay. Now, the second thing you need to understand is that you need a high ticket funnel that's properly structured. And what we found that we've been using best is a webinar funnel. Here's why. One word. If your market is oversaturated, your market has to do something in order to connect with you, and that's called the consumption rate. And what does that mean? So when somebody registers for your free ebook or free report, maybe 2 to 5% of them are actually going to read it. Let's be honest, okay? I've tracked it. I've seen it's about maybe, if it's the best thing ever, 10%. If you do a live webinar, you might get 20 to 25% people show up, okay? Excuse me, you send people a book. 10% of them might actually read the book. You see what I'm doing there? So the consumption rate is really low. My webinar show up rate runs about 70%. That means it has a 70% consumption rate. So it's extremely high. So the value of a lead to me, an email lead on a webinar with a 70% consumption rate versus an ebook, which is like potentially a 7% consumption rate, is 10 times more valuable. And so what you need to understand is bringing people into a high value webinar that's automated, that you can give them a lot of value, you can share a lot of good stuff, that's 30 minutes to an hour type thing, has been working like crazy. And we've seen it work extremely well with a lot of our clients, because a lot of coaches are like, well, people just don't have time anymore. People don't have time for this. That's simply not the truth, okay? The people who are serious and want help will. If you look at a lot of YouTube videos now, a lot of the teaching videos are an hour, 2, 3 hours long. Some of them 4 hours. They're getting millions of views. Why is that? Because if people are serious about getting the help, they will stay. They will watch it, and then they're going to book a call at the end. And you've been able to build a really solid relationship with them that virtually nobody else is doing. So that's the secret that we are finding online right now that's working best. So understand, Facebook's AI can now find you people like never before. And number two, high ticket funnels get the highest, in our experience, get the highest consumption rate, so that it gets people connected with you and they want to work with you. So you need to remember these things. The coaching market has changed. Organic is getting harder because of the parity between the haves and the have-nots, who have followers and don't have followers. And cheap leads on Facebook is bringing garbage quality. So you have to focus on using the AI to get you qualified coaching clients and build a high ticket funnel that gets people through and creates a incredibly rich relationship where they want to work with you. So I hope that helps. Here's what I need you to do. Click the like button, click the share button. Then down below, you're going to find a link to an upcoming webinar I have on the 300-word Facebook ad strategy and the snowball system I use to build my coaching business that I've invested over $2.8 million in the last few years alone on Facebook ads. So this way you can learn from my mistakes and what we've done and what has worked for us, and it can help you hopefully get clients as well. So click that link and we'll see you on that webinar.